Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of witch's brew. No, we don't have witch's brew. We have a little bit of misty morning. I absolutely love the zing, that little zing of misty morning. It's so good in the morning. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, possibly something harder, as I always say. Today we're going to be talking about camera crap. You know, this channel is all about photo, video, and tech. I talk about how-tos, reviews, commentary, a lot of commentary. Some people like my commentary. Some people don't. I'm sorry. Anyways, today is going to be a camera day. We're going to be talking about Canon. So there was a leaked document to come out of Canon, an internally leaked document that is basically alluding to or pointing to manufacturing plant closures in China. I was reading an article over at the South China Morning Post, and I like reading articles from different countries, even if I have to translate it and the machine translation isn't that great, because I think it's a great way to get news from the different countries without having to go through a US-based news company that does their own massacring of it. So before we get into it, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded my ebook as of yet, go check it out. Go to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. 10 tips at making tack sharp images or something in there for amateurs, pro-ams, as well as professionals. You're going to glean something from that book. Also, you can grab a prologue to this book right here, How to Create a Digital Fort Knox, Backing Up Your Digital Life. Go check it out. Both of them are free. Once again, jcristina.com/books. So anyways, this article was from the South China Morning Post, and I'm going to read it to you because I think it's fascinating. I want to know your thoughts on it. In the last video that I did, I was talking about how our industry is kind of collapsing. It's just falling on its face. In the last 3-4 years, there's been a halving of the amount of sales from like 10 million to like 5 million in just a few years. It's just dying. All right. And there's a whole bunch of reasons that everyone has been stating. And Canon in this leaked document have stated reasons why they're either going to nix a ton of jobs in this specific plant or they're going to just close it altogether. So according to the South China Morning Post, they say Japanese optical product maker Canon will close part of its Zhuhai factory in southern China, with a full shutdown of the 32-year plant being considered due to shrinking demand in the digital market and a continued fallout from the virus and chip shortages. Rumors about the closure of the entire facility in the Guangdong province started on Thursday with an internal company letter circulating online. Once again, this leaked document came out, and now we're starting to get an idea of what Canon is telling its employees behind the scenes, so to speak. The announcement, which was issued on Wednesday, said, now this is in quote, the operation of the company is facing unprecedented difficulties. Despite the joint effort of the company and all employees, it has failed to reverse the situation. Also quoted, the headquarters has to adjust the overall operation structure of the group. After careful consideration, a difficult decision has been made to terminate the company's production. Eesh. The company has yet to decide whether the relevant production line will be relocated, said Canon China Public Relations Department Representative Chen Yui. Chenchichi. It is not clear how many employees at the Zhuhai facility will be affected. The company has yet to decide whether the relevant production line will be relocated, said Canon China Public Relations Department Representative Chen Yi. They continue by saying, as of the end of 2020, the Zhuhai factory had 1,317 employees, according to the company's website. Now, they continue with a quote from Canon saying, part of Canon's Zhuhai production line is preparing to cease operation. There is not yet a specific timeline, like when it will be cut and how to do it. Now, Shen, the PR representative, also offers a reason, let's say, for the possible closure. And she says, quote, because of the development of smartphone, the market for compact digital cameras has been shrinking. Other shocks include the pandemic and shortage of chips. So this, I guess, is the reasoning behind it. Now, the post continues with Canon's looming departure from Zhuhai follows several other multinational enterprises relocating their production bases in China to Southeast Asia or back to their home countries in the recent years due to the rise of labor costs and concerns over supply chain security. Interesting. So this isn't just Canon. We're talking about a lot of multinational enterprises, multinational companies leaving China to, as they said, either move into Southeast Asia or move back to their homeland, the motherland, where the company is based out of. Now, if you don't know, Southeast Asia is basically 11 countries. Some of them are like Indonesia, Laos, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, this area. This is where they're moving their facilities to. Why? Obviously, it has to do with supply chain, and it also has to do with the costs. Chinese labor costs are not as cheap as they once were, and all of the companies are noticing it. Also, of course, we're dealing with supply chain issues. Now, they continue by saying is in September, Japanese electronic giant Toshiba ceased production in China after a 30 years presence as an economic force in the region. Toshiba, gone. That was in September. They also state in the same month, South Korea manufacturing conglomerate Samsung announced the closure of its shipbuilding plant out of East China. Once again, another closure from a major corporation. The company closed its last Chinese mobile phone factory in 2019 amid a growing global focus on the diversification of supply chain. 2019, guys, we were dealing with supply chain issues, and we still are dealing with supply chain issues. The difference is some companies are addressing it and some are not. And I'll get into that by the end of this. The exodus has sparked fears that large foreign investors and employers could be looking to depart the world's second largest economy, China. According to a survey published in 2021 by Japan Bank for International Cooperation, an increasing number of Japanese firms in China are considering relocating or changing their suppliers in Southeast Asia or Mexico. They cite lower labor costs, ongoing tensions between China and U.S., and the protracted pandemic. So guys, I really wish that other U.S. companies would have taken heed, like Samsung, like Toshiba, and all the rest of these big manufacturers and say, you know, maybe we should move our plants, our manufacturing out of China to other countries or bring them back to our motherland. It's always a bad decision to put all your eggs in one basket. And I feel like a lot of companies have done that, and now they're just scurrying around like chicken with their heads cut off, trying to figure out what are they going to do. They can't get supplies. They have shortages here, shortages there, and they're having to logistically move supplies back and forth from other countries, thousands of miles, when they could have just created these plants on their own soil. You know, for decades, the U.S. manufacturers have relied on China for the lion's share of all of their materials or their supplies or their manufacturing. And now, look where it's gotten them. There's a lot of U.S. manufacturers that are just in extremely hard times, possibly going to go out of business because they cannot get supplies, they cannot get manufacturing done from China. You know, a perfect example of this is I just saw a tweet. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Let me read this to you. I think it was interesting. It was from Tesla. And it says Tesla inks a deal to get key battery components from outside of China. So it says Tesla is turning to Mozambique for a key component in its electric car batteries in what analysts believe to be the first of its kind deal designed to reduce the dependence on China for graphite. Graphite. Once again, lithium batteries, We need graphite. We need lithium, obviously. They're going to India for a lot. There is a lot going on outside now of China. And a lot of these companies are seeing the writing on the wall and saying, you know, we really need to reduce our exposure to China. So coming back to Canon, what are your thoughts on Canon either cutting production from their China plants or either completely closing the Chinese plants or possibly considering moving that production to other regions like Southeast Asia? What do you think about that? Once again, their representative, Shen, is stating that the reasoning behind this is number one, smartphones. Number two, a shrinking demand in the digital camera market. Number three, continued fallout from the entire virus thing. And then number four, chip shortages. God, chips. Just can't. Just to say, chip shortage, just annoying. So as indicated by the South China Post article, it seems that we are going to see more and more major manufacturers lifting anchor and sailing away from China and moving into either Southeast Asia, US, or Mexico. They are moving out of the area. There's just simply too many problems with actually manufacturing in China as of today. Now, will that all change as things change with the pandemic and all the rest of this stuff, the silicon shortages and all the rest of this stuff? Is that going to change? It could. But as of right now, it looks like major manufacturing is pulling out of China. How is that going to affect the world economy? How will this affect all of the companies in the US that are just relying on Chinese production? Once again, putting all of your eggs in one basket is just stupid. It's simply stupid. It's been stupid since day one. It will continue to be stupid when I'm long dead. It is a dumb thing to do. Diversification is divinity. You need to be able to diversify everything. If you're getting your products from one source and that source goes belly up, what do you got? This is one of the reasons why I said it was stupid seeing camera manufacturers getting their sensors from a competitor and relying on that competitor for their sensors. It's dumb. You need to diversify. You either need to make your own and then get the core components to make your own from multiple locations so you don't end up with a supply problem, or you need to get those components from multiple sources. That's it. Whenever you rely on one source, you end up with problems. So once again, what do you think about this Canon leaked internal document talking about manufacturing plant closures over in China, possibly moving to Southeast Asia, yada, yada, yada? What do you think? I personally think it's a problem. What do you think? In the comment area below this video, put your thoughts. I want to hear from you. Also, if you've gotten anything from this video, if you liked it even a little bit, consider throwing it a thumbs up. That would be great. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please do so and click this little bell icon over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. Love you all. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.